Hannah, if you're here, I only want to help.
Okay, I'm not looking under the bed because that's ridiculous.
10 is called Together. I wrote that episode with Judd Apatow. We wrote it together. And we decided to call the episode that because it's really about characters finding each other again. Marnie and Charlie, Hannah and Adam, Ray and Shoshana are separating and they are no longer together. So this idea of sort of connection and disconnection, it felt like that was a really simple word that could encapsulate the idea of the episode.
I want to see you every morning, and I want to make you a snack every night, and eventually I want to have your little brown babies, and I want to watch you die.
I like to think that the reason Marnie's newly attracted to Charlie isn't because she's some gold-digging nightmare, but because she likes seeing him be his most strong, masculine version of himself. And so I like to think it's not quite as morally bankrupt as it looks, but that's hard to convince people of.
I don't love you for your money. I don't, because I don't even know how much money you have.
A bunch, a lot.
I liked the idea of having two people get back together and not really being sure of whether it was the right move. You're rooting for them, but you also know how much they've tortured each other, and so it's this moment where you're like, should this even be happening? It's definitely a complicated gray area.
I love you so much, but sometimes I love you the way that, like, I feel sorry for a monkey. Like, they need so much help and they're in such an ugly cage. You know what I mean?
Shoshana's a little bit where Hannah was at the beginning of the season, which is she's like, you can't convince me of anything. I'm just done with you. I just need space. And I think that's a very real phenomenon, especially with young people, which is like this sense that like, you can't say anything, you can't do anything. I just need to be alone and I can't explain myself. And so that's sort of where Shoshana's at. She wants experiences, she wants freedom, she feels dragged down by Ray and turned off by his sort of constant grumbling and searching and darkness. And their breakup fight is really heartbreaking because it's sort of the first time in his life he's ever tried for anything and he's not getting it. And he was lulled into this feeling of security, but by a 21-year-old girl who's kind of wrote a check that her butt can't cash. And so he's definitely at the end of his rope and she's just at the beginning of hers.
Anna?
Yeah?
Is that still going on?
Is what going on?
That stuff from high school, the OCDC shit? Stay right where you are. I'm coming to you.
I really wanted people to feel as though Adam running to Hannah was the only solution.
I'm going underground, so I'm going to lose you for a second, okay? But I'm going to get you right back.
He looks at her and he knows her well enough to just know that she's really broken, and obviously she has this heinous haircut, so that's a helpful visual signifier. And then he just takes off. It's like animal instinct takes over and he just needs to like, I mean, this word grosses me out, this like set of words, but like he needs to like get his woman.
Hannah, get the door!
No, I don't want to see anyone. I'm scared.
I think Adam showing up for her is her first step in recovering, but it's also kind of her first step in showing up for him, which is something she wasn't really able to do in the first round of their relationship. And so I hope, knock on wood, that in the future we'll be able to see them have something that's a little bit more two-sided and to see them really give it a go and try to be on the same page at the same time.
You're here.
Well, I was always here.